Lance Hornby from the Toronto Sun and Terry Koshin with you here from the MasterCard Centre. This first day of Maple Leafs training camp. And Terry, after a 113-day lockout, all of a sudden everything's happening at once, and that includes getting about 30 Leafs on the ice today. Can you talk about maybe what happened line-wise, defense-wise? How is Coach Randy Carlyle going to make all this work in such a short period of time?
Well, that's the big challenge, is getting this thing figured out in a short period of time. But as Carlyle said to us today, Lance, every other coach in the NHL is in the same boat that he is. A bit of surprise at the lines today. Kessel and Lupul not together. I still think that when everything's said and done Saturday night in Montreal, those two guys would be on the same line. But Carlyle knows that they can play well together. So at this point, why not try a few different things and go from there? But it's the same I found today, Lance, as it is every day when camp opens. There's optimism. Yeah. Whether it's well placed or not, we'll find out. But there's no doubt that every guy is happy to be back.
I don't know if you noticed like I did, but a lot of these players were in Europe, were playing in the American Hockey League, and of course a large group of them weren't playing at all. Did you see any difference in the conditioning of all three groups?
Well, not yet, but I think we're going to see that as the game starts. And, certainly the guys who are playing overseas in the Continental Hockey League, a lot of these guys are, one guy that comes to mind is Leo Komarov, and you have Grabowski and Kulemin. These guys, I would think, will hit the ice running, for lack of a better way of putting it. And then if there are some people who come up from the Marlies and make an impact, I would think that it's because they've been playing a lot of hockey so far. But, again, I don't think there's going to be too much of an adjustment period, Lance, because these guys are in such top shape anyway. It's just going to be getting into game shape. And for the guys who haven't played, it'll probably be 2 or 3 games, and they'll be fine.
Now, before the practice started, General Manager Dave Nonis, his first official press conference as GM, talked a little bit of his goals for the team. I thought it was a little bit of stuff we've heard before about wanting competitiveness and that sort of thing. Do you think Nonis will have any more success where Brian Burke did not?
Well, you know what? They work from the same blueprint and the type of hockey team they like. And the thing I found curious out of that today, Lance, is that Nonis acknowledged that the roster as it stands now is probably not a quote-unquote Randy Carlyle type roster. There will have to be a few player changes made, whether it's now, this week, next month, but it will be before the April 3rd trade deadline. But I guess the biggest difference for me, of course, we've been so used to the blustery Burke in the past 4 years, and Notice is a lot more reserved today, but certainly I think the message was the same.
Well, the Maple Leafs only have a few days to get it all together. The season opener Saturday night in Montreal. For the MasterCard Centre, Lance Hornby, Terry Koshin for the Toronto Sun.